How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I have for you guys the 88 overall Ken Griffey Jr. debut. Here are his stats right here. I expect this card to be pretty good. He's got 82 contact versus right, 87 contact versus left, decent power and 65 versus right, 45 versus lefties, and 87 vision with 86 clutch, great fielding stats, and 84 speed with lower steal rating, but I would think that this card would be pretty good. In years past, the breakout Ken Griffey Jr. had been pretty effective up until unlocking the 99 overall signature series or immortal or whatever the best version of Ken Griffey Jr. was, whether it was a hardware version from 17. Regardless, he will be making his debut in this ranked seasons game right here. I did play with him in the previous upload that I uploaded, but I drew a walk in the only at bat with him in a ranked seasons game that I did get. But here in the first inning, Jose Reyes is going to start this game off with a 2-run shot following a base hit from Ichiro Suzuki to lead off the ball game. So we're up 2-0 here in the first inning, facing Oral Hershiser, and I was able to get a base knock with Pablo Sanchez and follow that one up with a double into the gap from Chipper Jones. Got kind of a weird bounce out there in left center field, and I am going to be able to score with Pablo Sanchez all the way around from first base. The backyard baseball legend is coming up clutch. I did recently pick up some good equipment for him, and I also showed that one in a previous upload that I recently did. But there in my debut at bat with Ken Griffey Jr., I did strike out with them, and it was a pretty good pitch from the opponent. It was low in the zone. It was an 0-2 count, and I was looking to do some damage there. Got over aggressive in the first at bat. It happens. I struck out with them. Oh well. But later on in the bottom of the first inning, I was kind of in a jam there. Got a couple errors in the inning, and started off the inning with a drop third strike that got him on base. And then, as you guys saw, Ben Zobrist bobbled the ball, and I wasn't able to turn that double play. But Ken Griffey Jr. is solid out there in the outfield. He makes the first play out there, although it was a pretty tailor-made routine play. Here he's going to get tested again from Jose Ramirez, and he's going to be able to come in and track that one down as well. Definitely a nice fielder overall out there. I noticed that his stats are pretty similar to Willie Mays. He's not going to be able to get to that one. Mike Trout smashes that one into the gap, 0-2 count. But yeah, pretty similar to the 87 overall Willie Mays. However, the Ken Griffey Jr. is more of an all-around balanced card. I do like using that Willie Mays off the bench versus a lefty, and might be a good card to platoon with the Griffey if you don't necessarily hit lefty-lefty all that great, even though Griffey's stats versus lefties are still pretty good. But I was able to make that play there with Frank Thomas. He's been locked down for me over at first base. Pablo Sanchez starting off this inning with the base hit down the left field line. That's going to be extra bases. I noticed I'm hitting the ball a lot harder with him once I did increase the contact and the power above 90 and 110 at the for power. But there, Chipper Jones, even though he only has like 78 something power, he hits it just out of the right fielder's reach. That's going to be extra bases as well. Brings up Ken Griffey Jr., and I'm 0 for 1 with him currently. And that's going to be a sac fly. I thought I got that one. I figured I squared it up pretty well. I thought I timed it up. It is going to be a sac fly, so 0 for 1 with Griffey, or 0 for 2 with them. I might have already been 0 for 2 with them in this game. And now later on in the same game, later on in this game, after the sac fly, I am getting the base hit there from Ken Griffey Jr. So nice debut, 1 for 3, I think, with the sac fly. And then here's the Willie Mays off the bench. Definitely a good card to get. If you guys are using a budget team like I am, where you guys have some team affinity cards, as well as some of these cards that you get from leveling up through the XP reward path, and some of the cards you get from grinding the moments, definitely consider getting that Willie Mays and the Ken Griffey Jr. Some of the moments for the Griffey weren't as difficult as they were for the Willie Mays, but anyway, Ken Griffey Jr. so far making a great debut. We have Ichiro Suzuki up at the plate later on in this game, trying to break the game open here in the the top of the 9th inning. I really like to try and get a few runs in the top of the 9th, regardless if I'm up by a bunch or losing by a bunch. I really try and work on scoring late in the game. And we have kind of a rally started here, facing Felipe Vasquez with Jose Reyes up at the plate, and he's going to send one into the gap. So he was cashing in a few runs in this game with a 2-run shot in the first inning, and then a 2 RBI triple in the top of the 9th inning. Definitely nice insurance runs, as the opponent was able to score a few runs in the bottom half of the inning. I was able to close that one out and move up to 979. And I am going to go ahead and play another game to include in Ken Griffey Jr.'s debut. We have Hal Newhouser on the mound facing Roy Oswalt, and this guy has a very good team. He does indeed have signature series Willie Mays, Pudge, Bill Mazeroski, and Duke Snyder. he definitely has a solid team overall. Now we're facing Eddie Murray in the top of the first with 2 outs. I noticed that this opponent was swinging at low pitches early on, a lot of low fastballs, so I wanted to attack that as much as possible. Hal Newhouser has a really good 2-seam that gets up to like 97, 98 miles an hour, and if I could locate that low in the zone as the opponent was kind of chasing those low pitches to start off the game, and if I can use the changeup off that. But here we have Ken Griffey Jr. up with a couple guys on base to start this one off, and he is going to be able to rip a base hit up the middle. It's unfortunate I didn't really have speed on the bases in front of him. I would have been able to score a run there. But it does bring up Ben Zobrist, and this Ben Zobrist has really picked it up for me. He sends that one into the gap. That's going to clear the bases as 84 speed is coming around to score. However, I rounded second base too far with Ben Zobrist once again, and I got back picked. But I was able to at least score those 3 runs. It kind of killed my rally, though. I was unable to score any more runs in that inning. But anyway, the opponent is getting a base hit there the other way with Ichiro. Definitely a solid card. You don't always have to have perfect PCI placement in order to get a nice base hit with him. But pitching out of a little bit of a jam there early on in this game, I was able to get Eddie Murray once again to fly out. So he had a couple chances early on to score a few runs. And now we have Jose Reyes up. That was a hanging curveball. I was slightly under it, and I thought it was still going to carry out for a home run. I'm surprised at how much power Jose Reyes has for having only like 70 contact, 50 power, how well that card performs. It's got to be the vision. And this game, it looks like this game might be on Hall of Fame or maybe even All-Star, depending on, I mean, the confidence for this pitcher is not the highest right now, but the PCI for having some power hitters up is pretty large. There, Pablo Sanchez is going to send one out. That's going to be a 2-run shot. I put on Jose Reyes' swing on my creative player, and he's been very good ever since I've done that. I think I just really like that swing. There, I thought I squared that one up with Griffey, just slightly under it into the left with the PCI, and Willie Mays is going to be able to track that one down, runs into the fence, and robs Ken Griffey of a base hit in his debut. Unfortunate, but definitely a nice play out there. I got to tip my hat. Anyway, this opponent did have the future stars Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and he did fly out there. Ken Griffey Jr. was able to track that one down. Here I missed my spot with Jose Reyes, facing Jose Reyes, and Ken Griffey Jr. is not going to be able to track that one down. I was curious to see if I'd be able to get it in quick enough to keep him off at third base. However, with that little bit of a crow hop from Griffey out there, he was unable to do so. He was unable to keep him off third. But anyway, we have Ben Zobrist up once again, and he's going to square that hanging curveball up into the gap. That's going to be extra bases from Zobrist. Definitely amazing card. I'm really glad that I stuck with that guy and didn't automatically bench him after I was hitting around 150 with him after the first few games. He's definitely come around for me, and I've gotten my average up to around 300 with him. And having Ken Griffey Jr. is nice because he is playing center field, and I originally had Ichiro out there in center, but now that allows me to have a solid outfield in general. I have Andrew Jones in left field, Gold fielding, Ken Griffey in center, and Ichiro with diamond fielding, almost maxed out fielding in right field. He was able to make that play. Later on in the game, Ken Griffey Jr. is going to send out a no-doubt home run, a solo shot. I wanted to go into a quick replay because Ken Griffey does have a little bit of a different swing in this game. I wanted to see how his no-doubter was compared to last year's game or compared to his Immortal version. I would suspect that his Signature Series card at 99 overall will indeed have the same swing as last year's game and have the little bit of a wiggle when he is loading up and have the same animations and all that stuff. But definitely looking out for that card. I really want to get my hands on him after using this 88 overall Griffey. But there, Frank Thomas was sending a no-doubter out, and this opponent left in Rob Nen a little bit too long. He was out of energy, out of confidence there as Pablo Sanchez hits another home run off the foul pole. He brought in Andrew Miller, and I was still able to keep the rally going a little bit there with Chipper Jones. And that's going to bring up Ken Griffey next. I wanted to include another at-bat with him if possible. And here he is after that double with Chipper Jones. The opponent got inside on me right there on my hands, and I was unable to pull that one down the right field line. I jammed myself and hit it to third base. But all around, that Ken Griffey Jr. has been solid in the first 2 games that I've used him. Well, I guess technically 3 games if you count the 1 walk before that, but solid in the debut video. One of the first times I hit a home run with the guy I was actually trying to debut. The only other guy I think I did that with was Andrew Jones. I think I hit like 2 homers with him in the first game. And then, of course, Giancarlo Stanton was an amazing card for me when I first had him on the squad early in this year. But with the team that I'm rocking with now, I think I'm a few World Series away from really building up a solid team overall, having a nice bullpen and everything. That's probably where I'm lacking the most on my team, is in the bullpen, but up 9-1 in this one, facing Alex Britton, and the opponent did hit Andrew Jones there on an 0-2 count. Just pitch got away from him right there, and the only reason I was looking to try and steal and drop down a bunt with Hal Newhouser was because I've already grounded into multiple double plays with him in this game. Every time I hit the ball with him, it just seemed like I had a guy on base and I was hitting into a double play. However, the opponent, he wasn't able to tag Hal Newhouser there. He beat it out, and then he went ahead and quit the game. I mean, I could understand his frustration a little bit, but thank you guys so much for watching this video. I'm College Lefty. If you enjoyed, please leave a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.